we all learned, we all grew up, you know. We grew up streetwise.
Those were the best, you know. Today, you know, punk rock and all that, you know, we were talking about, you know, you can buy punk rock, you can buy the clothes and buy the haircut, but you can't go back, you know, and have that lifestyle anymore. That's gone forever. It'll never be the same anymore. I mean, you know, New York City now, you know, it's basically for the rich and the extremely poor people. You know, there's no middle class back, you know, late 70s, early 80s. Everybody lived in the city. Now they all have to live in the suburbs now because it's too expensive.
I know. I was just back there, and food's off the chart cost-wise, everything.
All the new buildings in the Bowery and all these $1 million apartments. It's just, you know, it was great to be there at that time, you know, because it just won't come back.
You guys created history that can never, ever be repeated.
Mm-hmm.
You know that?
Right.
And there's so many things that you can't say that about, because history has a tendency to repeat itself in almost everything, except you guys created a lifestyle. I don't see anybody ever repeating that again.
And the music's kind of timeless too. You can still listen to this day.
I do.
Some of the stuff from back then seems, you know, a little dated when you listen to it now, but the Ramones are never dated. You can just listen to that forever. Yeah. And now they're going on to the third, maybe fourth generation of fans, you know, little kids wearing Ramones shirts.
Exactly.
So it was really special and fortunate to be a part of that band.
I saw a little girl wear it with a Ramones purse. Yeah. At the grocery store with her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the effect that you guys had was amazing. And we also, you know, we're just so happy that you've been part of this project, decided to come on, be part of the project, and lead the soundtrack. You know, you're going to be the feature single on the soundtrack, and you're writing some new music.
Right.
And it's not the same old music that everybody, you know, would think. You know,
right.
You're kind of taking it in a little bit of a new direction.
Yeah, well, trying to, you know, think out the box, you know, it's a different time for me. And when you write music, you know, I'm not the type who writes music and says, okay, well, now I want to write a hit or I want to write a song like that. It just comes emotionally from within. And some are good, some are bad, but you just have to get it out of your system.
Oh, exactly.
You know, because music, you know, the pop stuff and all that today is so formulated. You know, it all sounds the same, you know, and all the auto-tune and all this stuff. It's just so perfect sounding that, you know, sometimes it, you know, gets a little annoying to me, you know, when you can predict a song exactly where it's going to go. So I just try to write from within and let it come out and then say, wow, that's good, let's use this piece and put it here and do that. That's how I said, you know, I kind of said that before, you know, with Jim, he never gave up. A lot of people do give up, you know, and another thing that I said, you know, if you're a new artist, it has to come from within. People sit down and they go, oh, I'm going to write a hit song. They listen to the radio and, you know, try to emulate that stuff. Then you end up just sounding like one of them. Maybe you'll have a hit, but who cares? Really, who cares? The one-hit wonder thing, it doesn't matter, so you make some money. You know, it just has to come from within. When I was a kid, I don't really have, you know, like, idols and things like that. I listen to everything. Now to this day, yeah, you know, on the jazz side, Buddy Rich is my idol, and John Bonham is my rock drummer idol. And that's basically it, you know. It's, I never really copied or listened to anything. I listened to all kinds of music, from classical to country to jazz to rock to metal. You know, too many kids today, they listen to metal, and that's all they're going to do is learn metal, or they're only going to learn rock, or they're only going to learn country. And, you know, you just can't do that. You have to listen to everything and interpret it your own way. You know, you can't just, because you're just going to play those same riffs and that same beat. But what if you heard a jazz beat and you can put it in your new metal or rock song? How cool would that be, you know? So I think to be a diverse musician, you need to listen to everything. I don't say you got to like everything, but just listen to it once in a while instead of just being so focused on one type of music. And, you know, and then you must read music. Don't forget, learn your theory.
That's exactly. Music theory is so important. You know, being able to read that sheet.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of people don't bother with that anymore. But you know, there's millions and millions of people who are talented who never did anything. You know, and it's a shame. But you know, besides doing all those things, you just got to be in the right place at the right time to really make it happen. You know, so and it could take a long while because it seems like today there's so many bands than there were in the 70s.
It's overkill.
There's this too many with all the TV. Everybody wants to be a star now.
With the internet, I mean, there's like
Yeah.
5 million bands.
Yeah, it's like, how do you break through all that? Well, you better have something new and original.
Exactly.
Otherwise,